Now for this hour, we start with Japan. According to Japan's exit polls, Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, also known as the LDP, led by Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, is set to regain a majority in the country's lower house. Japan's national broadcaster NHK projects the LDP and its coalition partner Ishin will win between 302 and 366 seats out of the 465 available. This marks a significant victory for Takaichi's right-wing party, with projections showing a major boost from their current 198 seats. If the LDP secures 310 or more seats, it will achieve a two-thirds supermajority, giving the party the power to amend Japan's constitution. Prime Minister Takaichi, who has gained popularity among younger voters, led the LDP in a campaign marked by a strong ultra-conservative message. Let's listen in to some voters.
なんか高市さんが今まで見てきた政治とはちょっと違う雰囲気を出してくれているので、そこにちょっと期待して入れました。
女性だからというのもあれですけど、やっぱ高市さんに頑張っていただきたいっていうのが大きいですかね。
ガソリンは安くなったからいいんですけどね。ただやっぱり物価とか高いのと、それから給料が安いのが今すごく問題じゃないですかね。
山積しすぎてて一つ選ぶわけにいかないですね。国防、食料政策、それから社会福祉、人口問題、環境もありますし、もう大変ですね。
工場が閉まってるとか、少し時間が短くなるとかいろいろあるって聞いてるので、そのあたりなんでしょうね、もうちょっと平等に投票できるような状況を設定できるような形になるといいかな。
Now for this discussion, we welcome Dr. Sanjay Kumar. He's a journalist of the Korea Herald, joins us live from Seoul. Thank you very much, Dr. Kumar, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, how does Prime Minister Takaichi's stance on, defense spending, military readiness affect the Japan's strategic position in Asia-Pacific, especially in relation to China's growing influence? How do you think all of this, including China-Japan relations, which are also not at the best, will be affecting the upcoming election results?
Power opens the door, but law decides how far you can walk. In this case, this seems to be working, but we have to understand this exit poll results of NHK and also some newspapers in Japan. They have reported in alignment with this. I mean, the entire media is thinking that she is going to be leading the majority. But there are three aspects that we need to understand. I would term it from the perspective of constitutional execution, because although you get majority in the lower house, but for certain things you need the constitutional support and upper house approval, and this will require also some referendums in future when it comes to some security decisions. So this is number one. And number two is the political alignment. If we see that, then of course she is going to regain the support inside the party and inside the LDP, and she is going to gain some more support, and which would be minimizing the internal rift within the party. So that fragmentation would be stopped if she comes into majority, which is very likely. And coming to your this very important and very critical aspect of this security issue, which is likely to be caused due to her comments that she made a few days back, and also this issue is going to be raised in coming weeks and months to come. But there is an aspect of United States, and I'm sure that United States has somehow instructed Japan after their meeting just recently when the envoy came from the US. So I'm pretty sure that there might be having some instructions, and US, Japan, and also in cooperation with Korea, they might be having some sort of plan for China, and there would be some sort of a consolidation on that. So under the new government, I mean with new majority, definitely Japan is going to consolidate on that. So in a way it is going to be regionally stable because this trilateral cooperation would be working, but at the same time it would be fragile also when you compare just from bilateral perspective with China. I mean China-Japan perspective, that looks still fragile because China has not announced anything, or they have not said anything in recent days against Japan. You know, the relationship was not in good shape, but Japan and China has not cemented the ties completely also, and this remains a bone of contention, and Taiwan makes this bone of contention more stronger.
Right, and how do you think, the fact that President Trump endorsed her openly or publicly, do you think that had anything to do with her popularity among young voters?
I'm sure Trump would be very happy to know if by seeing this thumping majority, and he would be happy because Trump's short term and long term both goals lie in containing China somehow. And if you see his comments and also the policy of U.S. in recent times, it highlights to engage China for dialogue, for fruitful cooperation. But if you see the policy level dialogues and the meetings of meetings of Trump with different states and especially allies, including NATO and other forces, it is always directed towards China. So if you see the meetings even with European leaders, you would always find that there is a China element from Trump's side, and it is not friendly but hostile. If you just recall last week's comment of President Trump on Canada, that it is dangerous. I mean, engagement of China and Canada is dangerous. Any observer can easily see what is there in Trump's mind and also the United States foreign policy on China. So on that front, Japan becomes a natural ally. I would not like to mention South Korea here because it is a different case. But if I see Japan here, it fits completely well into U.S. short-term and long-term goals to contain China. And it would be killing two birds with one stone. I mean, it would not just be containing China, but also reasserting help on Taiwan through Japan. So there is this angle as well. So I see that US-Japan relationship here would be very critical, and that is why Trump and his advisors, his strategic, his strategists might be having this in mind very well, and they understand it, that why Japan is important. And from this viewpoint, definitely Trump and Takaichi's friendship would be very fruitful, I think, from this particular perspective also, especially. I'm not mentioning here the tariff things and all, but if you see purely from security perspective, this combo is going to be very strategic and very fruitful in Japan's as well as US national interest.
Thank you for highlighting that, Dr. Sanjay. Please stay with us as we come back to you. Now looking at India and Malaysia.